China, a nation often viewed through the lens of rapid development and economic growth. But to truly understand why it's still considered a developing country, we must go deeper. How do its people and the government handle the delicate balance of progress and tradition? Are the voices of people heard? Do they have a say in their country's future? What does democracy look like here, in a place where ancient culture meets the challenges of the modern world? So right now we're going to Bishan district to a school. We're going to get into one of these trucks and load up our equipment. It's another little bit of a distance away here. Are we in this one? Come in. No, it's okay. In back here. It's good, good. In 2014, a quiet yet powerful initiative began in China. An initiative designed to bring the voices of the people into the very heart of the legislative process. These grassroots legislative contact points were established by the Legislative Affairs Commission of the Standing Committee of the National People's Congress. But what exactly are these contact points? And how do they impact the lives of China's citizens? We are here at Bishan Middle School, where young minds are preparing to engage with the legislative process.
On April 21st, we launched a thematic study activity titled Understanding Grassroots Level Legislation Contact Points and Experiencing Scientific Legislation. During this activity, we simulated drafting legislative suggestions on the Chongqing legal aid regulations, which you are particularly interested in. Now we will move from simulation to actual practice by uploading your thoughts to the Chongqing Municipal People's Congress. We are happy to have invited officers for the grassroots level legislation contact point in Zhongshinwan community, Ms. Huang, Mr. Zhou, Mr. Yao, and Mr. Jiang. First, Ms. Huang will lead us in reviewing the content we have previously studied.
My name is Huang Shuili, a contact point officer for the grassroots level legislation contact point. Today, I am here at Bishan Middle School to seek opinions and suggestions on the revised draft of the Chongqing legal aid regulations.
让我们首先自己要熟悉这个草案，然后呢，我们再向身边的人收集建议。因为分组讨论以后呢，每一组我们派一个同学代表上来，把你们这个小组提出来的立法建议。 我们放到 PPT 上面来，给大家讲我们的修改理由。讲完了以后呢，我们所有的同学来进行集体讨论。好了，现在同学们分组开始行动吧。
重庆市的法律援助条例。
After the first revision, the Chongqing legal aid regulations have been implemented across various groups in society, including the students.
学生群体。
Now we are proposing suggestions from the students' perspective and see if there are any areas that can be improved.
有什么地方可以修改？
你有一条哈，来，我看看你是哪条？第5条。
那个法律援助机构的职责第5条是，然后他说，原条例是，负责组织实施法律援助嘛，然后我就看了那个上位法。
Now I did ask a question here on what example of other countries can you use to maybe learn from or change, and that has really gotten into a very deep discussion here.
We Chinese should learn from the generally aid law. This has a clear structure.
When you look at other countries, where do you get that information from?
Social medias.
Social media, yeah.
Some books.
In Canada, we're not given the opportunity to make any changes as young people. We only have, at the age of 18, the right to then vote who we feel might be able to make the changes in our country. Below the age of 18, I have never seen these documents in my life. I wish I had that opportunity.
Claims for compensation following a child's accident and problems with financial disputes with insurance companies, we believe this should be included because not all elderly individuals who have lost their only child or are living alone have a comprehensive understanding of legal matters, and some may even have no concept of the law at all. The phrase, "in accordance with the law," was added before applying for legal aid without being subject to the condition of financial hardship, because some applicants engage in illegal or non-compliant behavior when applying for legal aid, such as insulting staff, causing disturbances, or failing to follow proper procedures, leading to public security issues. Therefore, the revised provision states, except for circumstances stipulated by the legal aid law, parties with the following conditions may apply for legal aid in accordance with the law, without being subject to the condition of financial hardship.
Deduction and refusal of payment for legitimate reasons. If there are indeed special circumstances that justify deducting or refusing payment, we believe that these exceptional situations should be detailed in subsequent regulations. With such addition, Article 6 can be made more complete and precise.
Our students and teachers actively seek out teaching resources. We went to Zhongxinwan community and communicated with the staff at the legislation contact point. In April this year, the students attended an ideological and political theory course at the legislation contact point in Zhongxinwan community. The students were very happy and gained a lot from the experience.
We've just heard from all the team representatives here. One person has got up and talked about the changes and the ideas that they would like to implement. Now, we're all working together. You can see they're all working together here to gather information to make one final presentation, or we'll call it a collaboration of every group with their ideas.
I did not expect students to have such a profound understanding of the legal draft. Their perspectives are completely different from ours. I am very impressed. This is also one of the most important things we have done recently.
I've always had a love for these, I call them mini police cars, but actually they're community cars here. Now we're here at the Zhongxinwan community in Shepingba, one of Chongqing's vibrant neighborhoods. This is where 1 of 10 legislative contact points of the city are located.
Zhongxinwan community was once the site of a large bankrupt enterprise, the former Chongqing Special Steel Factory. It is also a typical institution-type community. In recent years, in the construction of grassroots-level legislation contact points, we have been practicing whole-process people's democracy and integrating the concept of the democracy into every aspect of people's lives.
And the community has created its own brand of primary level governance.
Special Steel Talents Workshop.
We see this book here. There are people offering their services. If it's an elderly person or a person that needs some cleaning or some help in their house, or if they need a haircut, this touches all parts of age demographics, from young to old. Maybe someone's lost, maybe someone needs help. This is why this technology here in China, we can see here, these big QR codes, these codes that will show us how we can connect to people. Now, it might not be a flashy new skyscraper that you've seen in all the videos of China, but this is a community that has kept its charm, I might say. So right now we've been invited into a meeting here on Chongqing's parking management regulations. Now I want to explain to you how this works. You see behind me there's an entire table of people, some officials here as well. So if we start there, we see the police officer, then the contact point officer, the lady in the middle is from NPC, and then face to face here we have NPC, and then we have the community manager and the parking lot manager as well, and then various other people here. We have the contact point officers here in the blue, and then on this side as well as community representatives. This is really kind of like an open way of discussing issues that are happening here in the city. But things can even escalate a little bit in people's passion about wanting to change certain regulations in the city, because not everyone will agree on it.
Generally, when it comes to laws and drafts related to people's livelihoods, we hold consultation meetings to gather opinions.
Not everything is subject to this form of consultation meeting. For example, the company law, which came into effect this year, doesn't seem to have a close relationship with the general public when it comes to this particular national law. It is more closely related to some legal entities and business operators in society. In this case, we need to carry out more targeted activities to solicit opinions, such as with alumni associations. We graduated from the Zhongnan University of Economics and Law, so we will play to the advantage of the Alumni Association. They have legal practitioners and business operators.
And partners in accounting firms.
They are likely to have more constructive opinions on the revision of the company law.
With so many cities, so many populations, municipalities, districts all throughout China, how many contact point officers are there in this country?
The latest figures I know of are that there are more than 27,000 officers in the more than 30 grassroots-level legislation contact points directly under the Legislative Affairs Commission of the Standing Committee of the National People's Congress, which are roles like ours. I'm talking about the national level, and there are even more at the municipal level. This number is hard to estimate accurately because our work is voluntary and unpaid, making it quite difficult to accurately count all of us due to the large number of participants.
As contact point officers, we are actually not paid. We are volunteers. As Chinese citizens, we have a sense of social responsibility. We have this responsibility and obligation to help our country establish the legal system, to assist our country in achieving better democracy, and to help more people experience our democratic processes.
In my role as a contact point officer, I first see myself as a bridge to convey the voices of the CPC Central Committee and the government to the public. And then to pass the wishes and good ideas of the people to the government.
Mr. Yao, where do you get all of your energy from?
Faith. I have a communist faith and a passion for serving the people, and it makes me feel forever young.
In recent years, grassroots-level legislation contact points have received a lot of attention. We hope to use the contact point to collect good ideas from the people and transform public opinion into legal awareness.
By 2024, this network of grassroots legislative contact points has been woven itself into the very fabric of the nation, with over 27,900 opinions and suggestions from the public influencing the creation of laws that would shape the future of China. Each suggestion, each piece of feedback was more than just a number. It was a story, a voice that found a way to make a difference in a system that had often seemed distant and unyielding. I want to thank everybody for watching, and thank you, the viewers, for understanding what we are trying to achieve here by getting the message to you in other countries around the world that China is doing everything it can to balance a huge population and a forever changing country as it develops. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.